I'm going to play a drum roll that I executed in the song A View from the Top of the World. Then I'll speak about what it is, how to approach playing it, and why it was played, because there's confusion about a couple of those major questions, you know, the what and the why. And I know a lot of people don't know about the how, so I'll talk a little bit about that, which should be helpful. So anyway, here it is. So there are 11 notes total in that roll, 6 with the hands and 5 with the feet. They were evenly spaced out against 2 pulses. Pulse 6 and 7, because the beat is 7. Okay, it's technically 21/8 because there are 7 dotted quarter notes. But I'll play something related to that in a second when I go into the why part. So those groupings of notes, the 6 and the 5, are not separated. They're not each within a beat. I played that from intuition and feel. That wasn't calculated or anything. That's a lot of the why part of me that's misunderstood. It's that I calculate things. And like, hello. By the time this video is over and how long it's probably going to take me to explain it, you'll know I didn't do all this thinking in the span of less than a half a second and that I just played that. So as I'll explain, if I had thought about it, all the things that could have been played. But my intuition took over and pieced together the elements that I put in my database. First of all, those 11 notes fit against 2 of these pulses. Evenly. Had I thought about this, I think I'll play 11 notes. Like, I probably would have played a 6 tuplet and a 5 tuplet like this. You know what I mean? But like I said, I did it from intuition and feeling. That's not the feeling I want. That's, ugh. I don't know, that disturbs. To me, that disturbs the beat, where the evenly placed notes do what a roll is supposed to do, is like suspend the time, but still give you a semblance of where the downbeat is. You know, listen to what the function of a roll, okay? Bunch of notes and fit them into time, and that's the other approach. Now, since I played 12 notes the first time this section happened, it's probably why when I improvised it, I thought, I know the feeling I want, and I just went at it, and I ended up taking a note away from the 12, so I played 11 instead of 12, because the band's intent in that section is chaos. You know, if we wanted to let you feel all the pulses all the time, I probably would have played something like this. But those last 2 notes, you definitely feel those. The pulse, boom, bang, bang. It's never ending. Don't stop. It's repeating. The first time we played that section, I played 12 notes in the place where I just played 11. And so when that came up again, it's like, I need something that a little chaotic. And so odd couplets do that, but I whipped out that 11. So what is it? The 6 notes on the snare fit before the second pulse. So 1, 2, 1, 2. They fit before the 2. So the 6 notes have to fit before it, but not hit the second pulse like this. 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Now I'm counting 2. I'm counting the 2 pulses. I am not fitting the pulse into this. Like, this pattern is not the time. The time resides within the pulse, in the subdivision between these beats over here. So I wasn't calculating that. I didn't sit there at that rate and go, oh, I'm going to fit the 6 before the rhythm and hit the second pulse and like perfectly computerized. I'm a computer. I'm going to fit these notes here and place them there. No. This is already well established in my database. Now I'm not calculating, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sticking the pulse between those notes. It was an intuitive reaction to suspend the time. That's all. To add a little bit of chaos. If you want to learn it, go to my Vimeo page and rent the Not Quite Doubled system. That's the binary system that would allow a non-musician to wire up this stuff like really fast. Think about it. The binary allows it to be smooth. So the Not Quite Doubled approach is how to learn to add to your database. So like elements and improvisation is putting these elements together and creating new compounds, I guess. So that's what it was. What it is not is a 6 and a 5. That is not the feeling that I wanted. And this all comes from feeling. It's if there was a desired feeling and I have enough in the database to get that out. It happens to be something that for many is complicated or sounds complicated. But I think that has to do with that person's perception of it. And it's a misperception of what it is. If you get it from this other angle, it's like looking at a television your whole life and never going around to see what it looks like on the back and trying to say what it looks like on the back without ever going around and looking. You're better off going around and looking, getting the perspective from all angles, so you really got to really have a full view from a full perspective. And that's what really is important here, if you're interested in it, is getting a full perspective on how to get feeling out in an intuitive way. But you gotta work a little bit. You gotta load up that database. So there you go. That's a view from the top of the world, the drum roll in the chaotic section in the middle, from a point of chaos, where Dream Theater takes 17 in the alien and makes it sound like 4/4 and it isn't. Or we take something that's straight up and simple and try to make it sound a little more complex than it really is, a little creative and all that. So there's the philosophy, that's the how, that's a suggestion as to the how to do this, and then that's the what. There you go. And like I said at the beginning, if you think I did all this thinking in a span of less than a half a second, that would be an erroneous opinion. Okay. See ya.